Hiya guys, welcome back to Cruiserman's Inventions. This is the Bat Speakers Part 2. So let's get into it. At the end of this, I'm going to have a little unboxing because some things came in, like new tweeters, new controllers, new alternators and stuff. But we're going to get into the bit of a slideshow into the horn, big giant horn speakers, Bat speakers. So let's get into it, guys. So here's a little picture of my door, the bat on my door, so I had to try and duplicate that bat, but bigger, and it was a challenge. So these are the big horn speakers that my other big floor standers are going to be faced into these bins. So that's me just no more nailing the cabinet up since the last episode. And we've had a lot of rain here, guys, so I was lucky to get out there that day, and then it downpoured for another 2 days, so I was inside doing other things. This is at No More Nails. Wait, and then started flat blocking one of the other speakers on the top and the sides and stuff, getting everything to match. This is one I'd done compared to that one, and this is what they look like, what's going to be faced into those big horn cabinets. These are all Sony speakers, and then you got a big, huge Peerless 5-inch with a 2-inch voice coil tweeter, Peerless tweeter, very rare. So these are some of the things I got just the other day. A couple of undercoat whites, some filler, some drop sheets, and some more staples for my staple gun to make a quick erect spray booth. Yeah, three odd drop sheets. So I started sanding back the top. It's I actually flat blocked it before I used filler. So it's a little back shot of it. That's the speakers here on the side here, as you can see. I'll try and face this up to it a little bit better so you can see. So that's what's going to be faced into these horns, guys. So it's going to be cool. The horns are this is like a two-piece set. This, when it goes right into the middle, gets screwed in from the top and the bottom by 4 screws each. Top and 4 screws at the bottom. And then there's also going to be speakers at the back of this as well. And that's where these bats will come in. So let's get to the next one. See, like this, it's going to be faced in there, but I'm not going to leave the face all blank like that. There's something that cool that's going to be going on there. So this is one of the big tweeters I'm going to be using in there, and this is one of the Kevlar mids, bullet dome mids I'm going to be using. Okay, getting off track a little bit, but these are the screws I had to recess back into the cabinet at the back of it, which is at the back here. So I still need to sort of get those in there before, yeah, see, because they're poking out a little bit. So I've got to pull all of them out singly, route them out a little bit so I can sink them, then fill them, sand them, paint it, all that good stuff. It's a bit of cheap $10 punnet of primer. After no more nailing it, I went along and thickly coated it on the inside of the cabinet, and then ran around it with a wet cloth right there, just to get make it smoother, get a lot of the filler off. Then filled the top up here because we need it all to look pretty smooth. And then the cabinet itself with the speakers in it, I started filling the side and going around that. And just with that speaker in this one alone, it just about took a whole punnet up, so I need another one. By that stage, filler had really been getting to me. I really had my fill. I thought it'd even be good for a bit of makeup. Anyway, getting back to the cabinet, flat blocking, and a lot more flat blocking. Came up pretty nice, real smooth, so when that paint job goes on, you can see that it's going to be real nice and smooth. Right, duplicating this bat. Let's get so I got about 5 sheets of A4 and joined them together to get the size I wanted. Then I got a few pots and pans and stuff to try and get my shapes in that. Oh, okay, that picture's not that great. Go to the next one, you can sort of see a shape taking place here. And then, oh, there it is. The bat's born. So that's it there. And then also with this new tweeter that I got in the mail, I had to try and put that in the middle. Oh, there's some more of that thick filler on the side of the cabinet there. So let's get that down. Okay, that's good. Now let's get back to the bat. So that's one of the tweeters here that I'm going to be putting in the middle of this bat. Of course, that bat's going to be wood and going to be painted black. So there it is. You can sort of see the outline of the door bat in the middle of this big bat. So the tweeter that's going in the middle of it's a 400 watt piezo. So I chop out the hole for this template, ready to draw it on to here. This camera won't even pick it up, but the bat's drawn here, and then this other part, these other parts that I need to chop out for stand. There it is, all chopped out, and then after that I get, there's the other parts for the stand, because under these big horns are 15-inch subs, and they're 1500 watts down firing, which I'll show you in the next episode. They're pretty cool, and a few more other things in the next episode. But they were in stands, metal stands, and I had to change it to these wood ones. So making those, so I got out my hole cutting saw, cuts out pretty good holes. That's it there, a little bit more of a close up. And back here you can see the bat in the background and how big I needed the hole, which I think was about 3 inches. There it is there. I didn't really measure it. I just knew it was the size, so I chopped it out. And then after that, it was a whole bunch of sanding. And then after that, I put it up against the horn cabinet here to see what it would kind of look like. And then I done a fast shot back. I couldn't see this one. It was way out of my view, but okay, it came out okay. And then now, this is where that tweeter comes in that I ordered up, which I'll show you them soon. That's them there. And they actually have clear domes in them with the bulb capacitor inside. So once you put 400 watts through it, they start lighting up. It's not really a bulb, even though it is, but it's more of an indicator so that you don't blow them. But even if you did blow the bulb, the tweeter still works. So this is some Sansui crossover. This is what the front looks like anyway. So it's got 3 different settings on that thing. It's 3-way. It's the S50 Sansui 3-way crossover network that I'm going to be putting into the front of these bat speakers. Oh, okay, so let's get back to take you off the stand here, guys. Let's go and have a look at some stuff that came in. So we actually have, first of all, the tweeters here, and some of you might be familiar with piezo tweeters, but this is what they look like. See that light in there? This is what the back looks like. There's not much of a magnet in there or anything there. It's whole differently designed, almost like static or ribbon speakers. There's a couple of little resistors and so forth that get soldered to these, positive and negative terminals here, and then come off there with your leads. I don't even believe that this thing needs a crossover hook to it. I think it's just direct, being a full, yeah. I don't believe it needs a separate capacitor hooked up to it, like a 3.3 that you usually use for tweeters. So here's that's the other one. Okay, here's a controller that came in, and this is really good. It didn't even take very long. As a matter of fact, I'm still waiting for another one to come in. It's taken over 2 months, and we're getting a refund for it. It's a ridiculously long time, especially when this just took 2 weeks flat, and that wasn't even in my country. I'm in New Zealand at the moment, guys. So let's have a look at this controller. It is a brushless 2-mode, 48 volt, 272 volt, 1500 watt brushless controller. 2-mode, and 2-mode is the 2-phase. It means the 2 phases 60 hertz and 120 hertz. And the 2-mode those in those two phases, it means you know, what is it, sensor or sensorless. So yeah, there's a whole. I'm not going to go into all of this, but there's a whole bunch of wires here. There's your power ones. You should have a small red one. There's your motor ones. There should be gear ones in here somewhere. There's your learning wires, your white ones. When you join that together to get your rotation right, this will change the rotation. But there's plenty of videos out there for that. That's Hall sensors for your back wheel, which I won't be using. That's I don't know, three-speed gears there, I think it is, and the other three is throttle. So that's one of the ones that came in. It was quite cheap. It was only $80, and this thing's going to be a powerhouse. So, what else, guys? I'll show you something else. So this is the horn cabinets at the moment, and this is how far I sanded all of this back, and it's looking pretty good. So yeah, as I showed you in the slideshow, these speakers here will be faced into those horns, and it's kind of like a two-piece set. So you can take these speakers back out if you wanted, and then use those for something else. But yeah, so I just gave it its second coat of filler in here, just waiting for it to dry, and then I'm going to just sand it back and then plan for part 3, guys. This has been a long video. Oh, I thought it's probably about time I made a video. So yeah, awesome stuff, guys. Well, stay tuned for part 3. Awesome, guys. It should be good. These are huge. They stand up to my chest high. They're over 4 foot high, close to 5 foot high or something. So yeah, cool, guys. They're 600 watts and they're pretty good, clear. So yeah, cool. See you in the next video, guys. Cruiser Man out.